All right, so number 46. The probability that Amaka will pass an examination is 3 over 7. So I have 3 over 7 for Amaka. And that Bala will pass is 4 over 9. So Bala, that A and B. So nice. 4 over 9. So what? Find the probability that both of them will pass. Now, both of them will pass. So it's saying Amaka and Bala will pass. So if that is the case, all we have to do is multiply the probabilities. That's all we have to do because it's saying Amaka and Bala will pass. So you can say 3 over 7 times 4 over 9. So this is 1 here. This is 3. Okay, so this is 4 over 3 times 7 is 21. So the answer will be 4 over 21. All right, so it means that the probability that both of them will pass the examination is 4 over 21. Okay, so that will be it. If they are said or, if they let me say probability that one of them would pass the exam, that will be an or. So at least it either Amaka will pass the exam or Bala will pass the exam. Is going to be a different strategy. So I'll make a video explaining these kinds of probabilities when you have both people, when you have at least one of them, when you have different situations. Okay, but for this one, this is actually very easy. Just both of them, you multiply the probabilities. All right. Now, for this one, I had for number 47. Let's go to number 47 quickly. I had to put the options because you actually need the options here. So which of the following points lies on the line? So the easiest thing you can do is just test, trial and error. Okay, you just start with a testing. You know you're working with time. So 1 1. Okay, 3 1 minus 8 1. Obviously now this is gonna be 3 minus 8, which gives you minus 5. So this is obviously wrong. We test B. So you just do it this way. This is better. Okay. Now next one we test 1 and minus 1. So we have 3 1 minus 8 times minus 1. So minus 8 times minus 1 is going to be, because it's going to give us 8. So this becomes 3 plus 8, which gives us 11. So it means that this is our answer. So we don't need, we are done. Okay. So in questions like this, the easiest thing you can do is to start to test the options. Okay. That's the easiest and the fastest way to do questions like this. All right. So which of the following points lies on the line? Some people might want to change it into y equals mx plus c and stuff like that. You could, but there's no need for that. Just test it and then we'll go your way. You've answered the question. All right. So number 48. Let's go to number 48. Find the range. Find the range of the following set of numbers. So for this one, you don't have to rearrange them. If you want to, just do it because maybe you don't want to make any mistakes, you want to know from the lowest to the highest. But all you have to do is look for the highest and the lowest number. So if you look here, the highest number seems to be 39. Okay, let me mark it in blue. Sorry. The highest number here seems to be, let me mark it in green, 39. And the lowest number, let me mark that in red, seems to be 15. Okay, so now you have the range is simply to be 39 minus 15. So when you're asked to find the range, in a set of numbers, it's usually the highest value minus the lowest value. So 39 minus 15, that'll give us 14. So the range here is 14. The range just kind of tells you like think of it like a distance, okay, between the highest and the lowest. Like, what is the space? Yes, what is the space between the highest number and the lowest number? Think of range like that. You can rearrange it starting from 15 and then going to 20. You can if you want to, but that might take extra time. Maybe if you don't want to make any mistakes, you can do that. But just look for, you can use your eyes, pick the highest number here, 39. The lowest number here is 15. Do your math, and then you've answered your question. Okay, so that you can save time for maybe more tasking questions. Number 49, the fourth, and when you're writing a question, it's always good to kind of write along with, sorry, when you're answering a question, it's always good to kind of write as you read the question. So I'm going to do this here. So the fourth term and eighth term in arithmetic projections are 16 and 40. So A4 is 16, A8 is 40. Find the common difference. So they didn't give us the first term. They only give us fourth term and eighth term. So what do we know? What do we know about this? We can say, okay, we know that an is equal to a plus n minus 1d. So obviously a4 will be equal to a1, so a1 plus 3d. I've already subtracted it, like 4 minus 1 is 3, yeah? So obviously a8 will be equal to a1 plus 7d. This is now looking like we're going to do simultaneous equations. Not completely sure, but it's giving that vibe. Okay, it means that the first one 16, because 16 was our fourth term. Okay, 16 will be equal to a1 plus 3d, and then 40 is equal to a1 plus 7d. Okay, this is equation 1, equation 2. We can subtract. Okay, we can say equation 2 minus equation 1, because 40 is bigger than 16, so I'll just, so that we can get rid of a1. Okay, so we can now subtract. So 40 minus 16, all right, 40 minus 16, that should give us 24, if I'm not mistaken. 40 minus 16 should give us 24. Yes. a1 minus a1 0, 7d minus 3d will give us 4d. Divide both sides by 4. Your d is 6. Your common difference is 6. You don't need to find a1. They didn't ask you for that. Just that's your answer. Your answer is 6. If you see into the options, shade it and then you move on. Okay. They didn't ask you to find anything else. Move on. It's not a theoretical question. Sorry, I'm trying to scroll. Okay. All right, so we're only asked to find the common difference, and we got our common difference as 6. So we'll move on. Now, last question, number 50. For what values of y is this not defined? So what to make something like this not defined or undefined? So in a case where we have something like this, it is, they always tell you 1 over 0, for example, is undefined. Okay, because the denominator is 0. It is when the denominator of a function of a fraction is 0, that's when it becomes undefined. So it's the same thing here. So what to make this expression here, or the values of y, what to make this expression here undefined is if what is here is equal to 0. That means that when 8y squared minus 10y plus 3 is equal to 0. So we're doing quadratic equation. All right, so you can use whichever formula you want to use. We can use the quadratic formula, but I'll just do the normal one where we factorize. So I'm going to multiply 8 and 3. 8 times 3 gives me 24. So I have to think of two numbers that if I multiply them, I get 24. And if I add them, I get minus 10. So I add them to get minus 10. I multiply them to get 24. You can think of the numbers, okay? But the numbers are going to be minus 6 and minus 4. You think about it. Okay, minus 6 times minus 4 is 24, because minus times minus is plus, and then minus 6 plus minus 4. If you open the bracket, it is still minus 6 minus 4, which is equal to minus 10. Okay, in situations where you kind of struggle, what I used to do is that, okay, I start with 24, example 1 and the number, okay, and I start to break this down, divided by 2, that will be 12 and 2, I can divide this by 2 again, this will be 6 and 4, and I can have what else, 3 and 8, so I can have 3 and I divide this by 2, I take the 2 to this number, and then I start to manipulate what do you call it, the signs if I have to. So obviously I have 6 and 4 here. So I'll try 6 and minus 4, 6 and, and then I'll get the answers. You just have to sometimes, if you don't, sometimes it's obvious, sometimes it's not so obvious. So you can use this to kind of help yourself. So we can break this down now into 8y squared minus 6y minus 4y plus 3. Okay. All right, so I'll continue. I'll factorize. Let me put this in green. This part first, and then this part second. All right, so 8y squared minus 6y, what do they have in common? I can bring out 2y. Now 8y squared divided by 2y, that will be 4y minus 3. Okay. All right, because we have a minus, we have a minus here. It means whatever we're going to have in this next bracket has to be a minus 2. Okay, whatever we're going to have in the second bracket has to be a minus 2. So what it's going to be is going to be a minus, so that minus times minus will give us plus. So is there anything else we can factorize here? I don't think so. Nope. Nope. No 4y and plus 3. Nope. We just have a minus 1 here. 4y minus 3. So now we can now give this 2y minus 1, 4y minus 3 is equal to 0. So we're not done. We've only factorized, but we've not gotten the values of y. We have to get the values of y. Okay, so it's either 2y minus 1 is equal to 0, or 4y minus 3 is equal to 0. So this becomes 2y is equal to 1. Divide both sides by 2. So it's either y is equal to half, or 4y, move the minus 3 to this side, becomes 3. Divide both sides by 4. Y is equal to 3 over 4. So it's either y is equal to half, okay, or y is equal to 3 over 4. So we can check, and I think everything is fine. So it's either y is equal to half or y is equal to 3 over 4. So this would be this would be in the options. Okay, so y is equal to half or 3 over 4. And that's it. That's just basically it. I'm able to do all this. Sorry again. So we're going to answer all these questions, and please follow and like this. Please like the video. I'd really appreciate it if you like the video. I'll very much appreciate it. So thank you very much.